All right, episode 80. We got 80 fucking shows going. And for this one, number 80, the big 80, I got no plan, no outline, nothing. And so that's how this one is starting out. So, I don't know. So today, dude, man, fuck, man, I guess it's time to record a show, and we got no plan, we got nothing, and man, dude. So I guess what we'll do here is, I guess it's supposed to just be all documentation, right? Just a day-to-day shit, what I do, my wins, losses. So here's the thing. The last few days have been a little bit rough. I haven't done shit. Haven't gotten a lot done. I've gotten all my tasks done for year 95, which is good. But as far as making the powerless part of it, I'm going to have to remove that or make it its own thing. So let's see, where did I write this at? So segment 1 would be to complete all the tasks, which so far it is the follow the calorie or nutrition plan protocol. For me, it's at 3,200 calories and 200 grams of protein minimum. Actively read at least 10 pages of a self-development or nonfiction book. So that could be really anything, but no Harry Potter, no Twilight, none of that shit. 5-minute ice bath of 39 degrees or lower. 5 things I'm grateful for. Brush teeth twice, floss once. Then we got drink a gallon of water, stretch 10 minutes, make my bed, out of bed within 5 minutes of my alarm going off. Work out or exercise for a minimum of 20 minutes. Write a power list for the next day or the current day, depending on when I do it. So if I did the power list for tomorrow, then I wouldn't have to do it for tomorrow. I'd have to do it for the next day. Or wouldn't have to do it tomorrow. I'd have to do it the next day, the morning of for that day. It could be either or. So I guess I have 2 days to do that, technically. And then no porn, no alcohol, no full sugar beverages. And we're going to call that year 95. That is completing all of that with at least a 95 percentile. And when I think about it in that regard of just doing those things, it seems a lot more tangible, not tangible, palatable as far as doing it with a 95%. Because those are the baseline tasks. So I don't know. But as far as segment 2 goes, so what I wrote here was I must complete 5 critical tasks for the day. Every single day, these tasks are decided every night or morning. The power list cannot include anything from year 95. All power list tasks must be the tasks I need to work on to move me forward in life. It's not about being perfect. It's about putting in the work every day and getting just a little bit better. And I wrote this a while ago, but I put, if I were to record 5 right now, not being on Live Hard, they would be record a podcast, write 5 Instagram posts, email back so-and-so from the supplement manufacturer, work on label and logo for pre-workout, set up intro and outro for podcast. And those would be the 5 for today. And then, as you guys have heard from the last few episodes, I only have 2 hours during a week, or during a weekday when I work full-time, when I work my full-time job at Hill. I only have 2 hours during the day to get shit done because I have to go to bed so I can wake up. And I need more than 2 hours to get all 5 of these things done. So record a podcast, that's at least a half hour. And if I'm going to be fancy with it and adding intro and outro and making it nice and doing all that, it's probably closer to an hour. So there's an hour. That's already half my time. So I have 4 more tasks to do. Next one is write 5 Instagram posts. If I were to do that, it would take me, I could write 2 nice ones and then 3 really short ones. Just really quick quote or something like that. So that might take half hour. So we're already at an hour and a half. Next one, I could email back so-and-so, and that might take 5 minutes. So we'll just say that takes no time at all. So we're still at an hour and a half. And then work on label and logo for pre-workout. That could take 10 minutes up to 10 hours because I love doing that shit and I can get lost in it. So that's something I want to do, and I will get lost in doing it. And then set up intro and outro for podcast. And that would take, as I've discovered, a lot longer than I thought, which is discouraging. And so, taking to heart what I've been reading from Andy about being better, not perfect, and understanding that failure is part of the equation, messing up is part of the equation. I'm really just going to focus on year 95 being those tasks, and then the power list being a separate thing, but trying my best to get everything done on the list. And at the very least, at least work on every single one of them for the day. Even if so for example, this one says work on label and logo for pre-workout. There's no deadline for that. It just says work on it. And I guess if it's open-ended like that, I could go on there, change the font, change the color, and I technically worked on it, and that would count. Obviously, integrity is a big thing for me, so I wouldn't want to do that and count it and check it off. But, there have been times where I might have 3 hours worth of work to do, and I'm already 2 hours late for bed, and so there's no way I'm going to allow myself to only get 2 hours of sleep, so I might just read a paragraph of a book, and that would count for my book. If that's part of the power list, maybe write one thing I'm grateful for instead of 10 or whatever it is. Maybe not set my clothes out for tomorrow, but get my socks out. Just shit like that. Just working on every task at least a little bit, I guess. So maybe that's where, I don't know. But, this doesn't have to be, there's no deadline to get this perfect. As long as I'm working and progressing and getting better, I guess, then I think that's really all that matters. But yeah, so I share that to kind of, I've been talking about year 95 a lot, but there's only been very slight adjustments, improvements, progressing of it. So I don't know, whatever's going to help me get better. I don't know. So there's that. So with the last few days being a little bit tougher, it was nice today to kind of detach a little bit. And what I mean by that is I woke up, I think around 7-ish, and I was supposed to wake up earlier, but whatever. I woke up at 7-ish, and I saw that it snowed a shit ton outside, so I went out there and started shoveling. That turned into about an hour and a half thing, and there was a lot of snow shoveled off my family's driveway, brushed off all of our cars, and then my cousin wanted to do the neighbor's driveway, so we did that, and so it was about an hour and a half. And then it was nice to get outside like that and kind of just do all that. And then I came back in my room. I got my new chair delivered, so I set that up. It was nice. I'm sitting in a comfortable chair right now. I do have a standing desk now, so I can raise that up and do whatever. It's pretty sweet. Main thing is it's just open and nice, and there's more room, and there's a lot more freedom. I can stand with it. I can raise it and do whatever I want with it. It's pretty nice. It's just black on black. It's whatever. It's nothing special. It just raises, lowers. It's cool. And I didn't really have a lot going on. It was just nice to kind of hang out, just take it easy, put on some music, put my chair together, and kind of just, I guess, reflect on the last week, because last week kicked my fucking ass, dude. I'm just trying to be better and trying to work hard and in the right direction and make my future self proud. And then there's just so many things going through my head about, I don't know, I got so many ideas, and I feel like I'm not able to execute on a lot of them. I think it's too early in the process to do some of the things. Like, I can't make a social media post about the pre-workout and stuff and then start building a following and then say, hey, also the pre-workout's not going to be ready for another 10 months, but you can pre-order if you want it, just shit like that. I'm trying to organize all my files, organize my processes of doing shit, because when I'm in Adobe Audition and I edit the podcast and put the intro and the outro, which I've discovered it's not important at all, dude. So I'm feeling frustrated with that, because I made that a powerless task, but I realized that it takes a lot longer than I thought. And it's also not important at all. And I'm also, I don't know. I just don't think it's something I should be focusing on right now. I think when I make the actual real podcast, and I say the actual real one because this is just a daily documentation. If nobody ever listens to this, then so be it. But it's just kind of it's practice for me. It's repetitions for me. It's good for me to talk and to get the shit out and document it, for somebody who does want to go back and listen. And in order for this thing to be effective, I really do need to start time-stamping everything and keeping track of everything that I talk about, so that people can come back and scrub and listen to whatever I'm talking about. So, because that's the whole idea, is to be able to come back to these in 5 years and see where I'm at. You know, all of these episodes right now, I mean, probably the first 1,500 episodes, well, about 1,800 episodes, are really for the people who see my success in 2029 and say, damn, how the fuck did he do that? And then they come back and listen to all these. And do I expect somebody to listen to all 1,500 episodes? No. But, you know, if they are, because the first 100, they were all about me getting better at communicating, getting the reps, and getting comfortable with all this. And then the next 1,700, the next million, you know, those are going to be, what I was saying was the first 100 are 20 minutes long. And so to listen to 1,500 episodes that are 20 minutes long, minimum, that would take a while. And I'm sure a lot of people would not want to listen to 1,500 of these because there's not a lot of value. It is, I don't know. So if I could shorten them down, make them maximum, maybe 10 minutes maximum, you could listen to 6 in 1 hour. And so that, you know, to listen to 1,500, if you're listening to 1 hour's worth per day, if they're just 10 minutes max, you know, I don't know. Let's see, that would be approximately, let's just pull out the fucking calculator, dude. Hold on. Calculator, where's the goddamn calculator? Top one. So 1,500 episodes divided by 6 per hour, that would take 250 hours. So maybe it would take you 250 days. So it would take you less than a year to listen to all of them up to that point. So, I mean, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll maximum 10 minutes long for the bq.POV. And then maybe that's what we'll do just to make them more easily listenable. Because the idea is not to have you guys see that there's 3,000 episodes and they're all an hour long. Because that's, I mean, let's look at Joe Rogan really quick. Hold on. Joe Rogan Experience. So he's on episode 2083. And I'm just going to, episodes don't matter, but the last 5 episodes, I'm going to tell you how long they are. 3.5 hours, 2 hours, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, almost 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. See, if you're going to listen to 2,083 episodes and they're all 2.5 hours long, it's going to take you a long time. It might even take you multiple days per episode. And so that's not the goal. I don't want you to take years to catch up. I want you to be able to do that sooner than that. So I don't know. So I'll have to get better with the titles, better with the descriptions. I'll have to keep track of important things that happen so that I can kind of make a little outline or draft or something. So I can say, hey, listen to episode 80. You can listen to that horrible ass fucking intro. Or listen to episode, 15? When, I think it was episode 15 when I did it in my car. And I was able to be a lot more loud myself because I'm still insecure and quiet because I don't want anybody to hear me. So I'm struggling with, and I'll grow out of it. But, you know, it is what it is, and I'm documenting that because it's important to know that shit scares me. It doesn't scare me. It just makes me uncomfortable. There's certain spurts while I'm doing this where I think, oh, who gives a fuck if anybody hears me? And then other spurts, I'm like, damn, dude, what if they hear me? And I'm a fucking fraud, dude. Who am I, you know? So yeah, episode 15 is when I kind of got comfortable with it a little bit more. And then episode 80 is when I had a shitty intro. Episode 17, I think, is the venting episode. Episode... I don't know. I'm just trying to think of other ones. But, yeah, I don't know. So that's the point. That's the point of all I'm doing. So maybe the maximum time will be 10 minutes, or maybe it'll be super short, like 5 minutes. Maybe the aim will be 5 minutes, but if I have something extra I want to share, like a story or something, that'll be 10. Because if you can listen to 12 episodes per day, then that would be 120. So 4 months to listen to 50 to catch up on 5 years worth. So there's that, roughly. Or let's see, 4.5. Who gives a fuck? Something like that, dude. But that's the idea. So maybe that's what we'll do. Said that 20 times already, but, you know. Another thing that was helpful yesterday when I was driving FedEx was I really didn't listen to music at all. And I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes I just get burnt out audibly, and I don't want to listen to anything, even when I'm at the gym. I wake up in the morning. If I were to listen to music, it sounds like I'm forcing myself to listen to music because I feel like I have to. And then nothing sounds good. I don't get any kind of power or extra and strength or whatever from listening to music or any motivation or anything like that. It's just noise. And I've done a good job at recognizing that. And so yesterday when I was working, I didn't want to listen to music at all. I just wanted something playing. And so what I did was I put on a podcast, which was Huberman and Goggins again, put that same one on. And I turned it down just a little bit to where I could hear what they were saying. But if I'm driving a little bit faster, then the engine noise would block out the noise of the podcast. And it was just noise. And I found myself gradually turning it up a little bit because I was interested in the conversation. And that made my day go by a lot quicker. And this was on the radio of the truck, not my headphones. And it made my day go by a little bit quicker. I was in a better mood. And it helped a little bit, and they kind of revamped me. And I don't know, it was just nice. So I got off work, came home, did a little bit of shit. And now here we are. It's almost bedtime again. I gotta wake up tomorrow. I think I'm going to change my alarm from 1:45 to 2:15. And the reason for that is because let me pull up my schedule real quick. So, schedule here in the morning, we've got wake up, make bed, run 1 mile, ice bath, take shower, brush teeth, floss, stretch, power lift, 5 gratitudes, actively read, pack lunch, pack protein, pre-workout, gym clothes, get ready for work day. So that's all in my morning. And so the power list is I put in there for 20 minutes. So if I take that out, I can sleep for 20 minutes longer. And the reason why I'm trying to sleep longer is because I think, based on the last 2 or 3 months, that I have not been getting enough sleep. Because today, last night, I think I slept for 9 hours. And I have not had an ounce of being tired. I haven't had that feeling of, I'm tired today at all. And relative to the amount of time that I've been awake compared to a day, because I run on, I think, 5 more hours worth of sleep today total in the time that I've been awake on a normal day, if that makes sense. And so maybe that's why. But instead of just aiming for 7 hours of sleep and then actually only getting 6, I think what I'm going to do is force myself, no matter what. I can't say no matter what because I got commitments I'm trying to fulfill, trying to get all my shit done. I don't know. If I aim to go to bed by 7 and maybe I'm 20 minutes late and I go to bed at 7:20, but my wake up time is 2:20, I'm still getting 7 hours. And so that's kind of the idea with that. I don't want to take running out in the morning because I take pride in the fact that I'm waking up that early and then instantly going outside and running. Let's check the weather real quick. It's supposed to be -4 in next week, so that's great. Well, it's -2 now, so that's great. But tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be 13 degrees. So when I would be running, actually, it would still be decreasing temperature, so it would be 17 degrees. It'd be 17 degrees in the morning. And so the fact that I'm out there that early, 2 a.m. running, I take pride in that for sure. But I'm honestly really only doing it so that, full transparency, so that the ice bath is a little bit more manageable. Because doing it in the morning sucks ass, period. But the thought of doing it first thing in the morning, that sounds like asshole. But, maybe that next level is, maybe we just got to go to that next level now. So, maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe I'll take more pride in the fact that I'm waking up, making my bed, and then hopping in the ice bath immediately. I don't know. Because that'd wake me up for sure. I don't know. Maybe we'll try that out. But I like running. I actually do enjoy it. I like saying I'm running a mile every morning. It's cool. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I guess I'm aware of the fact. But we're going to take the power list out in the morning. I'm going to do it before I go to bed or during the day. Figure my shit out for the next day. So frees up 20 minutes. So 2:10 or 2:15 is when we're waking up. So 2:15 to do to make my bed, run a mile, ice bath, take a shower, brush teeth and floss, stretch, gratitudes, actively read, pack lunch, all that shit. So it's 2 hours to do all of that. And I think that's plenty of time, honestly. And the whole reason why I don't know, man. The reason why I'm doing everything in the morning is because I want to be able to get off work, hit the gym, and not have anything to do except the power list, the things that I want to do. I want to have year 95 pretty much done in the mornings. I want to have all my shit done, have all that taken care of, no worries at all. I get off work, go to the gym, and then when I get home, it's all work. It's work for me that I want to do. If it's making this or making that. I wrote a whole pool of tasks that I need to get done for business in my company document here. A whole to-do list. I have the recurring tasks, the one-time tasks, such as, set up the website, set up an LLC, make the logo, make the label, get the samples order, stuff like that. And then I have continuous learning tasks or always be learning tasks. And that's things like learn about tax write-offs, learn about ingredients, write things about the ingredients, look into how to make things taste better, look into how to better serve the customer, look on how to increase margins, look at if I can buy in bulk boxes or if I can buy, I want to include some things in the box that you get. I want the people who order from me to get more than just the product that they ordered. Every time anybody orders anything from me, I want them to get more than what they ordered. And so I'm working on figuring out how to do that and not break the bank, because you can absolutely just throw in free shit, but then there would be no margin. And obviously there has to be some sort of margin if I'm trying to grow this thing. And if there's no margin or extremely little margin, then I'm not going to grow it. I'm not going to be able to scale this thing, and I'm not going to be able to achieve the reach and the vision and scale that I dream of. So it has to be some sort of margin for sure. And I don't even know how someone could argue that, can't just make a penny off of it. Gonna need to make some kind of margin so that I can reinvest and grow it. So, and then I have podcast episode ideas. So where I jot down ideas for the Pursuit of Personal Excellence podcast and the bq.POV daily podcast show. And then I think I've already said the name of the company, but keep it secret still. But the podcast for the company name podcast, which is I talk about pretty much is the brand, the core values, the vision about us, ingredient breakdowns, training protocols. Maybe we'll have guests on there and people who embody the brand and the message and the values and stuff. I don't know, man. Just trying to get organized and, because the whole powerless thing is not working for me right now because I have 2 hours during the week. So I have 10 hours total during the week to get this shit done. So I have 10 hours to do 50 tasks or 25 tasks. I guess I can't math. Sounds like a lot of time, dude. But, when you break it down into 2-hour segments, dude, I could work on making a label for 25 hours, So I don't know. I also did the math here. Where's that at? So I did the math here. Founder's formula. Let's see. Where is it at? Okay, so I broke it down a little bit. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and every other Thursday night, I have to be in bed by 6:30, or get ready for bed by 6:30, and that gives me 2 hours of powerless time. So that is, I don't know the total time. So just 10 hours, I guess. And then every other Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm going to go to bed a little bit later, 8:30, which gives me 4 hours of powerless time. And then Sunday day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., that's kind of my awake time, because I'm going to sleep longer on those days just to kind of get my rest for the week. Or I guess not for the week, but just get my rest for that day. Because if I sleep like shit 6 days a week and have really good sleep on the 7th, that's a lot better than never getting good sleep at all. So it's my rationale. But when you add all the time in for the power list, that adds up to almost 40 hours. It's 36. And then if you count the time that I'm not going to the gym on Wednesday, because I decided Wednesdays and Sundays are rest days, and any day can be a rest day, I just can't have 2 off in a row. So that being said, there's 38 hours that I'm working on the business per week. And that's on top of working FedEx part-time job, and that's on top of having a full-time job And that's on top of reading and stretching and gratitudes and ice bath and the morning workouts and the I say stretching, I don't know. Drinking a gallon of water, following a nutrition plan, meal prep, all that shit. And so to think that I'm working 2 full-time jobs, kind of, and a part-time job, and doing all that makes you feel like I'm really squeezing a lot of juice out of the lemon here. And it makes you feel good. I don't think it's obsessive at all. I think what's obsessive is, I'm not even going to get into it. Never mind. But so to think that we got 40 hours worth of work per week, it's a cool feeling. But I need to have that work be productive and I need to get shit done. So that's kind of where I'm at with that shit. So there's that. There's the documentation for the day. It's what I'm thinking, what I'm leaning towards, how I'm maneuvering and changing shit up. So still committed to year 95 in those tasks. But as far as the power list goes, I made a pool of shit I need to do. And I'm just going to make a conscious effort to work on that shit every day. Whatever it is, just work on something that I need to get done. And that's what we're going to get done. So it's a work in progress, dude. There's lots of shit that I'm trying to figure out. But as long as I don't stop, as long as I don't give up, how am I going to fail, right? Like Andy said, if you know you're not going to give up and you know you're going to keep on working, and you know you're going to grind away, and you know, how can you know you're going to keep going? Like if you know you're not going to give up, then what do you have to be afraid of? There's nothing to have anxiety about whatsoever. You know you're going to get your shit done, so you're going to get it done. So nothing to worry about. So I'm trying to have that mentality. But anyway, that's the show. It's 6:45. I made it. We're on time. Going to go to bed. We're going to get 7 hours of sleep, and I'm pretty hyped about that. So it's funny. Had no plan, no idea for this show, episode 80. And it turned out to be one where I actually talked about a good chunk of shit. So figure some stuff out. Wouldn't have figured it out if I didn't do the show. So that's cool. So anyway, guys, that's the show. It's episode 80. Tomorrow it's episode 81. So today's January 7th, 2024, 6:46 p.m. Signing the fuck out. Peace out.